Hey there, it's Em here with another super random episode. For this episode, I just spent some time in Pittsburgh and just decided to share some of the moments where we're trying different foods and wandering the city and all that kind of stuff. So that's all in this video.
It's one of the traits we despise.
I think walking through Ikea without like a solid plan and budget can be extremely dangerous. There's a lot of interesting things that I absolutely don't need, but what I do need is food, and I know they got that. So right here behind me is the perfect kitchen, except for this wallpaper directly behind me. Okay. Pretty nice. This is so cute. This would be our little outside area. This is a kitchen meant for hosting, like the big wide countertops. This one is way too classy for us. And the cabinets have like that unique kind of handle, which is pretty easy to like pull that cabinet open. I always have trouble with handles. We ended up just getting one pillow from my mother and then headed to the car to get our stuff so we could work and eat. I like this because this way we didn't look so desperate. We didn't look too desperate going straight to the cafe like the second they opened. This way it's like 2 seconds after they open, so it seems, you know, a little more controlled, a little more restrained. So heading over. I planned out all my desserts ahead of time, so I know what I'm doing. That's something new I didn't know. It's called the Swedish. It's the Swedish plant balls or something like that. So it uses pea protein. So I will let you know how that goes. So good. Deliciousness has been purchased. The last thing is to get the drinks, but check it out. Look at how beautiful. This is a pulled pork sandwich, and this is like a pea protein meatballs. So you know how they taste. We're supposed to be meeting somebody in the center of Pittsburgh later today. So right now we're like, hey, let's stop by Ikea. We both love the food there, which I know sounds funny. That's not like the place people go necessarily to get food, but I love their food. And yeah, I was thinking about it on the entire drive here. So yeah, then we're just gonna kind of sit here, work for a little bit, and then yeah, get into the city and wander about, I guess. Okay, so I'm about to try the pea protein meatballs that they have here. So I like it. The texture's almost nutty. It's like, I mean, it has like a nutty kind of taste. It's like really flavorful, like kind of like brothy taste to it as well. It could be part of due to the gravy that comes with it, but I'm not gonna bother do a special taste test with the broccoli because we know how broccoli tastes. But the thing is, normally over the years I've actually become more open to vegetables. I used to really not eat much vegetables. I did like fruit, but I've actually kind of gone the opposite. I tend to like incorporate more vegetables into things, especially as like I haven't been eating meat as much, so I find ways to like, you know, make things like, you know, veggies and beans and things like that. So yeah, it's just funny because normally like when they said like, oh, do you want the standard broccoli on your plate, normally I wouldn't have said yes, but I feel like that's healthy growth. But I think there's so much you can do with vegetables I didn't know about, and over time I think I've kind of as I've learned more ways to use it, like I actually really appreciate them so much more. I also think that their veggies, for me, they're better at soaking up, veggies and beans are better at soaking up flavor from seasonings and sauces and stuff like that. Just my opinion. What do you think? Okay, so I've had this like quite a few times when coming here, but for the video's sake, I will just give my proper review of why I like it so much. Why do I like it so much? I wasn't ready for it. Okay, it's fine. Alright, roll with it, Okay. I'm not gonna lie, if we were about to go to Burgatory, which is our favorite burger place, if we were about to go to Burgatory in just a few hours, I'd be very tempted to go back. I definitely will go back and get some of their chicken nuggets and fries, because both chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, as they say, and fries here are really good too. We'll have to say that review for another time. But yeah, that was definitely it was very good. It's a good experience. Not everybody's open to it, but like if you want to try like just something like a variation of something we usually eat, like meatballs for example, it's like a different spin on it, you know? So yeah, that's why I like it so much. And then their desserts are like not overly sugary, because even though I love sugar, sometimes like too much of it is just, it's overwhelming. And actually their drinks, their fountain drinks, are also like, I want to say maybe half or a third of the amount of sugar that they usually put in our regular sodas that we have. So those, like, I'd recommend that for people who are tired of like our overly sugary drinks here. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. I was onto something. Yeah, I don't drink fountain drinks at all, but because of the way they are here and also the unique flavors. What flavor did you get?
Raspberry.
Raspberry? But I tasted something else. Just raspberry?
It's raspberry.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, well, we had the raspberry one, and it's just a perfect balance of like flavor and not too much sugar. So, anyway, so more food adventures on the way. I love that he just kept the camera rolling even though he knew I was done. That was so rude. That was so disrespectful. Hello, Pittsburgh. So, finally in downtown Pittsburgh. There's some kind of event going on. Just driving by, couldn't quite tell what the event is. So, yeah, we're just gonna wander, and I'm sure we'll find out whatever's going on in just a little bit. Yeah, it's oddly not crowded on this side of town, but just a few blocks up the road, like tons of people, but Pittsburgh it is. Oh, also, I just finally got some custom insoles to kind of help with the major issues I've been having with my foot. Like, it's been very painful to walk and everything like that. So I finally got some custom insoles. So this is my first time really taking them out and about, and it already like has already made a big difference. So yeah, but today is going to be like a real test. This will be my longest period of time wearing them. They said like the first day I'd wear them 2 hours. Today's the second day, so they said 4 hours. Tomorrow will be 6. So, but yeah, already I do feel like so good and happy to walk. I feel like overly enthusiastic about walking. So that's why I was very eager to come downtown. One of my most favorite things, oh, this one, bright light. One of my most favorite things about Pittsburgh are these random alleyways. Since standing in an alley is weird. Back to the regular road. I still think it's really cool. I've seen people do like pull-ups on these things. I can't do a pull-up. Wish I could. I would like to get to that point. It's just hard. We've never noticed that violin shop before. Random fact about me, I used to play the cello. This is like an art thing, like art show, something like that. And of course the first thing that we see are the food stuff. There was actually some really cool art there. I actually wasn't planning on getting anything, but I actually might go back and get something. I never noticed that building before, the blue. What's crazy is that like we're actually trying to like downsize some of the stuff that we have, and like coming here, I'm shocked because again, I'm not the kind of person that just like wants to just get things. Like I'm not like, oh, I don't like shopping, but there's some very interesting things. Like I think I usually have a good sense of direction, but there's something about this city and the way it's laid out. Every time I'm here, I always get twisted and turned around, don't know what I'm doing. But it's very alive today, and I love it. It's crazy busy. Where do you want to go? Oh, that music is getting to me. All right, we just found out where we're getting our food from. It's this Mexican place. There's something called what was it called? Concha or something like that. We're gonna come back and get a variety box of the Mexican treats, which is funny because I've been like obsessed with learning about like Mexico. We just left the area where they were playing that amazing music. We'll be back there, but in the meantime, we're like, let's just see if we can go a little closer to the water. We have many waterfront choices in Pittsburgh. So we decided to get a little bit closer to the water, and in hopes of cooling down. It's kind of a hot day today. Just a little hot. I'm just glad I brought my hat, but it's so gorgeous. Yeah, and we're ready to enjoy. It's a nice vibe, yeah. Check this. This is quite something. I did not expect this. I love when you accidentally stumble across something different going on. I love that. And right now we decided to dedicate some time to actually enjoying these random things. Ooh, food. Brain always goes to food. Okay, that guy on the stage is having such a good time. I don't think he needs an audience. I have mad respect for people who don't need others around to have a good time, okay? Truck over there is so adorable. I want it as a pet. Check that art. Finally, we are arriving at the river. Excited.
Moderate the temperature.
Oh yeah, it's so much more quiet here.
For sure.
Good morning, darling. This lovely video is to take a nice warm stroll along the water. Let me know how I'm doing with this accent.
I always love walking along the water here. Again, not used to seeing so many people here, but like it's great to see the city kind of like a little more alive, something more normal, since I think, you know, last several times I've been here, it's still been pandemic, so, you know, not many people out. Also, it was cold, so I know a lot of people don't like that. Here is that famous fountain. I still feel bad. This one time a girl asked me where the fountain was, and I accidentally pointed in the wrong direction. My brain was not working at the time. I still feel bad about that. Huh? Thank you for joining me on a random day in Pittsburgh. I think at this point we're gonna go find like a cool place to sit and just have like maybe a cold drink for right now, because it is a bit on the warm side, just a little bit. So yeah, I figured, yeah, just cool down for a minute and then see where the rest of the day takes us. One place I know for sure it's going to take us is Burgatory. Ooh, archery. What? I want to do archery, but unfortunately my bestie is not feeling it. I just meant in general. In general, it would be nice to do. Mistake was made. This is actually axe throwing. My bad. So that I am not as interested in doing. It doesn't seem to be applicable. I have done accidental scissor throwing. I think that's pretty much good enough for me.
That sounds about right.
Must have cold drink. Feeling it. Feeling that music. Right over there. We found a quiet little courtyard to eat, and now we're gonna try these treats. This goes. So you wanna try this? The sweetness only comes from these little crumbly bits at the top. The rest of this is like not. This one looks like it has like raspberry, I'm guessing. So we just split it. That is not something we used to do. Before, we would go to places and like we would just each get our own, but something they're trying to do just to healthy it up a little bit. Not that you can really healthy eating pastries. Yeah, and I would pair this with what kind of tea? Oh, I was gonna say like a green tea with lemon and ginseng. That's what I was gonna say, but that works too. Try stuff like this. I realize how sweet our food is here. Like, it's crazy sweet. And again, I'm a sweet person, but I like subtlety. I like subtlety in many ways. I like subtlety in movies. I like subtlety in my food. Like, I like little notes of different things. I don't need somebody to just throw a bunch of sugar at me. Like, make it count for something, not just like sugar for sugar's sake. Okay, I already like the way this smells. It smells like yellow, like cake. It actually smells like pound cake almost. So round 4 is this. I love how I'm just holding this there. Look at this. On the inside is like a cinnamony kind of look to it. That explains the weight. There's a nice burst of cinnamon. I would pair this with an apple tea. You heard that? Ah, he agrees with me. Hey, thank you so much for watching. My camera's about to die, so I just wanted to do like the final like goodbye during this time. But we're gonna be here for a while longer. But yeah, I'm like at 17%, and for me that's like panic time. So yeah, I'm gonna put my phone, shut it down for a bit. But yeah, it's been amazing to just like take some time and breathe in the city and like really just go at our own pace and get to try like different random pastries at a random art festival that we didn't know about, which is so cool. And I'm so excited about my burger. I wish I could bring you with me, but at the same time, it is an emotional experience, so I'm not even sure that we were ready to go there. So maybe it's for the best. So interesting though, because I think some of the most like, I guess I'll say magical moments, like it happened when I wasn't able to film. We were on our way to go get some burgers. It didn't actually start like pouring until we arrived. We were going to take our burgers to go and go sit by the water, but I ended up just staying in the restaurant and eating and just chilling and talking there. And then on our walk back, we just saw people like kind of like finding places to like get cover from the rain or get some kind of shelter from the rain. So we're kind of just like walking through there, and it was just like, this is a magical moment because I feel like it's interesting how quickly this city mode changes when it starts to rain. And I really love seeing the contrast, and I'm so sad I wasn't able to capture that. Also wasn't able to capture the awesome vegetarian burger that I had from Burgatory, but next time I go, and it will be soon, I'll be sure to bring you along with me. But I just want to thank you so much for tuning in the first place. Yeah, I will be back very soon with another super random episode. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope that you stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk with you then. Bye for now. Oh, one more thing. I will be the first to admit that this video is a hot mess. We are not like proper food critics or food reviewers, so we just were talking a bunch of nonsense while evaluating, but I like to do that from time to time. And I guess my question for you is, do you ever like go to places and kind of just like take the time and talk with whoever you're with about like how you feel about the food and kind of give your own evaluation? I feel like I do this with movies as well. Like if I see a movie, like I sit back, suddenly I'm a critic of movies and stuff like that, and just have time. I don't know, it's just interesting. And it's also interesting to see how other people you know, how other people feel about it. And I know when me and my bestie are trying things, like we often are thinking about like what kind of beverage would we pair it with. And like beverage could be anything from tea to a wine, coffee, like all along the spectrum. So that's something else that we do as well.